Hey you guys, how's it going? I am Yuya, or the Shaper Sturdy One, Clearwing Synchro Dragon, and welcome back to another video. Now that Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5 is over, and the favorite series they have been made, I think it's time for me to continue my string of Yu-Gi-Oh! Themed videos with the anticipated video where I would rank in my opinion, the top 10 best duels of Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5. Now I did do this video last year, but that video was a quickie where I really didn't go in depth with why my choices were what they were. And in that video I did say that once Arc 5 ends, I would remake the video, and so, here we are. With Arc 5 concluding last week, and we've seen all the duels that Arc 5 had to offer us, it's time for an in-depth video of my top 10 favorite duels of Arc 5. As far as duels go, Arc 5 is kind of hard for me to decide where it stands. I feel like Arc 5 at best would be in the middle of the pack as far as duels goes, or close to the bottom 4. Well, 5 in the general anime. In my opinion, Duel Monsters and 5D still have the best duels of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime. GX doesn't have the best duels of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime. But then again, this wouldn't be a Yu-Gi-Oh! Themed video by the Shaper Sturdy One if he didn't take a pot shot at Yu-Gi-Oh! GX first. While Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal had duels that are probably as good as Arc 5 or a little bit better, in terms of general quality at least. However, as far as exciting duels go, Arc 5 is second to none, providing some of the most entertaining duels I've seen from the Yu-Gi-Oh! Series. So, grab a snack and relax, friends. My top 10 favorite duels of Arc 5, starting off with number 10. Starting with list number 10 would be Yugo vs. Selena at the Friendship Cup. A duel taking place during the Synchro Dimension arc featuring both my favorite U-Boy and Bracelet Girl. And this is a duel you really don't see talked about amongst the fanbase too much, although in my opinion, it is a fun one. We get to see more of Selena's decks, as we really didn't get to see too much of it over the course of the series, and we get nice character development for Selena, who's usually so gruff and serious. While dueling Yugo, she genuinely gets excited and see what it feels like to have fun and be alive probably for the first time in her entire life. And Yugo gets to live out a small part of his dream in competing in the Friendship Cup. Although he wishes it were Rin instead of Selena, he feels like it isn't too much difference, they apparently have similar personalities. Yugo and Selena have some nice back and forth action, and we get to debut that boss monster Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon, and its OP abilities, and I can get a good laugh out of this duel from Yugo and Selena's interactions, both before, during, and after the duel. Number 9, Yuzu vs. Masumi for the Miami Championship. This is the only one-shot duel on this list, and a duel from the earlier episodes of Arc 5 back when the show was still in its heyday. And like with number 10 on this list, this is a duel I really don't see the fanbase give much attention to. I really enjoyed Yuzu vs. Masumi. This is actually our first ever female protagonist rival match in Yu-Gi-Oh! In Yu-Gi-Oh! We really don't see our female protagonists have rivals. The closest we ever got to that was back in 5Ds with the Keys of Misty, but that was more of an unjudged grudge match that was gone once the false accusations were cleared up than an actual rivalry. Yuzu and Masumi began their rivalry after Masumi handily beats Yuzu when LDS tried to gain control of Yusho Duel School, and Yuzu wanted to learn fusion summoning to get even with Masumi, and come their rematch, Yuzu shows that she's more than capable of holding her own against her, giving her a few close calls and even beating her, showing that she is a worthy opponent. This for me was Yuzu at her peak, because after this, Yuzu never really had a big win or big duel after this, which is a shame unfortunately. Number 8, Yuya vs. Yuri. My favorite of all the U-Boy vs. U-Boy duels. With the threat of Zark's revival looming closer and closer, Yu was struggling to keep his inner darkness in check and managed to get a better hold of himself upon seeing his father duel. However, upon seeing his father get caught right in front of him, he loses it and gets gung-ho on making Yuri pay for it. And Yuya and Yuri actually put on a very good duel with good back and forth action between the two. Yuya managed to give Yuri quite a few surprises, and this is one of the more suspenseful duels of the series. I honestly had no idea who would win. We have Yuya, the protagonist, who we would expect to win, and we have Yuri, who's essentially his dark hat, who's been undefeated at this point in time. But it didn't matter because no matter who won, Zark was going to be revived once the duel was over. I loved seeing how insane Yuri was in this duel. I loved seeing all 4 Dimension Dragons clash. I thought Yuya had a nice breakdown with having a throwaway smile word to prevent himself from losing. It all came to a head with a really satisfying ending. After losing Dr. Bell and Yuri, Yuya manages to get him back, as well as Clearwing, which really makes it feel like Yuya, Yugo, and Yuto are all taking Yuri down in this final attack. And Yuri was just in disbelief that he's actually about to lose the duel. a great suspenseful duel from these two. Number 7, Kurosaki vs. Dennis at the Friendship Cup. For the longest time, this was my favorite duel of Arc 5 before seeing and rewatching a few others. Kurosaki and Dennis are two of my absolute favorite characters of Arc 5. With Kurosaki's pure, unadulterated badassery, and Dennis' flashy, hammy entertainer persona. The duel starts off as a good show with Dennis putting on a performance for the crowd, as usual. Because really, anytime Dennis duels, I am always entertained by him. He's just great. Then on to Kurosaki exposing him as a mole for Academia, that's when things go from entertaining to exciting. What was supposed to be a harmless duel quickly turning into a flat-out war with Dennis and Kurosaki's monsters destroying the arena, with even those fickle douchemuffins and tops being horrified at what they're seeing. Then we have Dennis reveal that he was the one who gave the green light for Heartland's destruction and the kidnapping of Yuri. After learning this, we see Kurosaki wipe the floor with Dennis by summoning Raid Raptor's satellite cannon Falcon, who just obliterates Dennis with his lethal ability from the freaking atmosphere. I really can't. When I first saw that, that was one of the coolest things I've ever seen in Yu-Gi-Oh! As if Kurosaki wasn't awesome enough as it is. He sets records and breaks them. That's how cool he is. Good duel either way. Number 6, Jack vs. Sergey from the Friendship Cup. Another duel that's rarely talked about amongst the fan base. After Yu-Gi-Oh! Gets disqualified from the Friendship Cup, Jack has to take his place as Sergey's next opponent, and they put on a good duel. This duel for me kind of felt like a nod to 5Ds with Sergey's Earthbound Immortal deck, a feel spell that actually resembles the masculine G-Glyphs that we saw from the Darksiders arc, and Sergey melding with his D-Wheel kind of felt like what Aporia did during the WRGP. Now as for duel itself, it was great. We had good moves from both duelists. Sergey's Earthbound Immortal monsters had some pretty cool effects, but Jack more or less still dominates the entire time, with Sergey's counters not really doing much to stop Jack frickin' Atlas, who was so awesome he broke Sergey in the duel. Also, I noticed that Jack is the only person that actually ever beat Sergey. Yuzu lost to Sergey, Barrett lost to Sergey, Yuya lost to Sergey, but Jack takes him down without much trouble. Sergey even managed to have a good time during the duel, even lets himself fall to his demise, wanting a beautiful ending to his life. Overall, a good underrated duel. Plus, I loved seeing Roger break down from seeing Jack wreck his plans by wrecking Sergey. And now we come to the top 5. These are 5 duels I very much enjoyed. Even before I began rewatching all these duels, these 5 had guaranteed spots on the list. And they're all very close together, so deciding on which will be where on this list. But here we go, starting with the top 5. Starting off the top 5 would be Yuya vs. Sawatari at the Miami Championship. At first, I thought Sawatari was going to be a legit rival to Yuya, but it turns out he's Monjome 2.0. But unlike Monjome, I actually enjoy Sawatari's duel with the main protagonist. Yuya vs. Sawatari at the Miami Championship is bar none the most entertaining duel I have ever seen in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime. In all my years of watching Yu-Gi-Oh! I have never seen a duel that was exciting as this one. From start to finish, these two put on a duel that was spectacular, with a lot of good back and forth action, exciting moments, and at one point close to the end when Sawatari launched a direct attack at Yuya, I knew Yuya would get out of it, but I wanted to see how he would do it. And when Yuya pulled a legit disappearing act, I had to give Yuya a round of applause my very first time when I saw that. And in the final turn with their counters from various action cards, I was so dazzled with this duel I had to give both of them a standing ovation because they both really deserved it. Because this wasn't a duel, this was a show, this was entertainment, this was a true entertainment duel, the most thrilling duel I've ever seen from Yu-Gi-Oh! From start to finish. Number 4, Sora vs. Kurosaki during the Miami Championship. A popular pick amongst the fanbase for the best duel of Arc 5, and I can most certainly see why. I mean, this duel had everything. Backstory for Kurosaki, a backstory for Sora. You see that Sora is kind of insane, or at least was insane. The duel starts off pretty slow and easy, really being an entertainment duel with Sora trying to put on a show for the crowd, and doing a good job at it. I was entertained at least. But as Kurosaki counters everything Sora throws at him, Sora begins to get more and more irritated and starts to go all out, which doesn't stop Kurosaki, it just makes things all the more better. Like with Kurosaki vs. Dennis, the duel starts off as an entertainment duel, but quickly turns into an all-out war with both Kurosaki and Sora needlessly nuking the entire field and turning it into a ransacked battlefield. Horrifying the peaceful people of Miami City, even Yuya points out that what's supposed to be a harmless duel has exceeded a simple rivalry match between two separate dueling schools and just become a mass of needless destruction. And it was absolutely awesome! Number 3, Yuya vs. Reiji, their second duel. After Miami Championship ends, Yuya challenges Reiji to a rematch, believing that he's the one at fault for the cardings of his friends and Yuzu's apparent carding or kidnapping. What makes me love this duel is seeing how much Yuya's grown from the beginning. In Yuya's first duel with Reiji pretty much handles Yuya with no troubles whatsoever. Heck, if it wasn't for Kurosaki attacking LDS, Reiji more than likely would have beaten him in their first duel. And here, while Reiji still does handle Yuya rather easily, Yuya still does manage to give him quite a few close calls, make a few strategic moves, saying that his getting stronger was thanks to Yuzu's own desire to become stronger and a promise he made to Yuto. The duel itself was really suspenseful. I first watched this duel when I first bench-watched the first 80 episodes of Arc 5 when I first heard about this series. And I accidentally spoiled myself on who won the duel, but while watching this duel I got so immersed into it that I forgot I spoiled myself on who won. Because this duel really is just that good. This is what a rival duel in Yu-Gi-Oh! Should be like in my opinion. While I do enjoy Yuya's other two duels with Reiji, I don't think they're quite as good as this one was. Also, I love how Yuya managed to give Reiji a few close calls and he didn't use a single action card in this duel. If I could have kept that up throughout the rest of the series, but oh well. Number 2, Crow vs. Kurosaki from the Friendship Cup. Black Wings vs. Ray Raptors. On paper, that seems like a dream match, and this duel didn't fail to deliver in that regard. Truth be told, this duel took a few viewings for me to actually appreciate. While I did like it upon my first viewings, I found myself liking it even more with each time I saw it. Crow and Kurosaki put on one heck of a duel. And while I feel this duel was more one-sided and Crow's fair than I would have liked, he and Kurosaki still have nice back and forth action with each doing major damage to each other during their respective turns. I especially loved seeing the two bond over the course of the duel. Kurosaki beforehand was so serious and gruff, but during and after the duel with Crow, he starts to lighten up and then appreciates the Lancers and accepts them as his friends and allies. Really, there's no lot I can say about this duel other than it was a dream match that came true that didn't disappoint. And it takes a silver medal as my second favorite duel of Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5. Alright then, now before I unveil my number 1 spot, as per tradition on my channel, I want to give you guys some honorable mentions. Duels from Arc 5 that I did enjoy, but just fell short of making this list, and there are a lot of them. And number 1, my favorite duel of Arc 5 would be Yuya and Jack in the Friendship Cup Finals. A duel that I was highly anticipating in the Secret Dimension arc. Next to Yuri vs. Yugo, this is my most anticipated duel of Arc 5, although unlike with Yuri and Yugo, this duel actually delivered. While I do like the character of Yuya, what made me like him was his sad clown entertainer shtick and how he wants to use his dueling as a means of bringing smile to others, but in the Secret Dimension, he was struggling to do that with the fickle people of the Secret Dimension and his own views being challenged at every turn. So this was the ideal duel for Yuya to test his true merit and make his voice heard and philosophy known, and that's exactly what this duel was. This duel was essentially Jack giving Yuya a secret test of character. In their first duel, Jack tells Yuya that his style of dueling is too conceited and more self-satisfying than for actually entertaining others. So Jack used his rematch with Yuya as a means of testing him to see how much he's grown since then, and how much he's changed, and was less than pleased to see that Yuya's style of dueling hadn't really changed at all, and he hadn't learned much of anything from his opponents in the Friendship Cup beforehand, and that his style of dueling is nothing more than a carbon copy of his father's style of dueling. And Yuya learns it's okay to pay homage to his father, but he has to use his own style of dueling, aka pendulum summoning, to create his own unique style of dueling which aids him in defeating Jack and successfully uniting the city. Jack pretty much dominates the duel from start to finish because he's Jack Atlas, but Yuya manages to keep up, mixing his father's style of dueling and his own style. and pulls off some really good moves and goes back and forth with Jack, bringing out that awesome Monster Enlightenment Paladin and the even cooler Nirvana High Paladin, which he never uses again, by the way. Talk about a waste. And Jack, having the challenge he's been looking for in Yuya, brings out an evolved form of Red Dragon Archfiend Scarlight with Tyrant Red Dragon Archfiend, maxing his attack power out at 10,000. I did like the ending of the duel with the city calling out Yuya's final attack as he defeats Jack with them, showing that they are now officially united, and Yuya defeats Jack in a pretty cool manner that I really didn't see coming. Also, I love all the nods to 5Ds over the course of the duel. But all in all, Yuya vs. Jack is my favorite duel of Arc 5, and one of my favorite duels of the Yu-Gi-Oh anime in general. Also, with this duel, Yuya becomes the 5th character in the Yu-Gi-Oh anime to be officially crowned King of Games. Welcome to the club, Yuya. Well, that's it for this video, you guys. Those are, in my opinion, the top 10 best duels of Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5. And like I said that I made in my video where I ranked all 5 series, now that Arc 5 is over, I have plenty of ideas and plenty to work with as far as Yu-Gi-Oh! Content goes. But since my channel isn't dedicated solely to Yu-Gi-Oh! Content, I have other things I want to do, so that video might take some time. But the video I have planned, I think it is a unique one. It is on the list, another ranking video, but I don't think anyone's ever made this kind of video here on YouTube. So I'll take the title of being the first one to make this kind of video. What will it be? It's a surprise. But until then, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and if you didn't, I'm terribly sorry about that. But I am Yu-Gi-Oh! Or the Saber Shady One, Clearing Synchro Dragon. Stay gold, everyone.